Hi, my name is Christopher Cedos. I'm a lawyer in Miami, Florida, and today I thought I'd film a video on how to write a contract. It's a question that I get asked a lot, and I've noticed that people either don't do it correctly or they don't do it at all. So anytime you enter into an agreement with somebody, it's always good to have a contract. A contract is so important because it outlines everyone's responsibilities and it details the deal so there's no confusion later on down the road. So when writing your contract, the most important thing to keep in mind is make sure you put it in writing, and you'd be surprised by how many people don't actually do that. Make sure that you put everything in writing, and as the saying goes, ink is the cheapest insurance you can buy. And there's a reason for that. It's because later on down the road, if there's some confusion as to the deal or something goes wrong, you can always look to the actual writing to determine who was supposed to do what and what the deal was. So the next most important thing to keep in mind is understand. Make sure you're using language that both you and the other party or people entering into the contract understand. The next most important thing is detail. Make sure when you're writing your contract, you use a lot of detail. The more detail, the better. Because once again, this goes to help prove later on down the road, worst case scenario, if something doesn't go wrong, and there's a question about something, hopefully your contract covers that question and it just clarifies the situation. And the next most important thing, is probably the most important, is payment. Here you have to, this kind of falls into the detail umbrella too, but you want to be as specific as possible to your payment terms. When the payment is due, how much the payment is, how your payment is to be collected, cash, check, and then late fees. Worst case scenario, if the other person's late for whatever, are you going to charge a late fee? The next most important thing is what happens if one party wants to either terminate or change the contract. So this would be a great section to add just in case, down the road, either you or the other party wants to either end the contract early or change a certain term of the contract. And here's where you can outline how that is to be done, any sort of penalties that have to be paid, things like that. Now this is very important, law. Here's where you want to outline which state's law is going to govern your contract. So, a lot of times people will enter into a contract for a business that they're in Florida that they're doing in Nebraska. So you want to clarify, is it Nebraska law or is it Florida law that's going to govern this contract? Now, this is probably one of the most important sections besides payment is break. What happens if the other party doesn't perform the contract? And this is a great section to include attorney's fees. So in that section you could say, if one of us is to breach the contract, you break it, you don't fulfill your promise, and the other person has to sue or hire a lawyer, then the loser has to pay the winner's attorney's fees. And this is a great section because it really encourages both parties to fulfill the contract out of fear of having to pay the other guy's lawyer's fees. So, if you have a contract, or you would like me to review it, or if you'd like me to actually write you a contract, I offer a free consultation, and I sue on contracts, and I write contracts, and I work with a lot of contracts. You can, this is my website, it's www.cedoslaw.com, and my phone number is 786-815-6296. I offer a free consultation, and I'd be happy to help you.